Oh hey, how you doing folks? How long has it been now? 2 years ago? Anyways, have you ever heard about a game called Mini Megafactory? For weeks, this game has been holding me hostage. I try to escape from it, but I can't stop playing. I can't stop playing. It scratches the urge in my head, a bug that had been implanted into my skull by the US government that's feeding me words to play this game non-stop. It's just for one thing only. It's to Plinko. It's all just Plinko.
I can fix that. You look like a good Joe.
Anyways, this game is made by Vanilla Deluxe, which is the same team that made Minus Elevation. If you don't know what Minus Elevation is, I suggest you to play it. Video about that soon. I'm an OG fan of the games. Me and my friends used to play Minus Descendants and used to grind that game all day. If you want proof, here's all my badges I got for Christmas. So, you might be asking yourself, what do you do in this game? Well, like the title suggests, you're going to be making a mini mega factory. As you can tell, you start with a tight plate with some basic miners and furnaces. And if you ever played Miner Haven, you probably used to these mechanics. But there's a twist. You can't buy any gels or any upgrades. The only way for you to gain more machines is by reaching a certain money goal, when you can gain 3 random cards, and within those cards list 2 new items that you can get, which in turn helps you get new machines, which in turn helps you get more money.
Money, money, money.
Once you gain enough money, you can reach a purple money goal, which in turn gives you 2 options for a powerful upgrade that can either help you current build or completely make you redo everything you built to fit that new object. Here, I chose the obsidian smelter instead of the infesto, and when I chose the obsidian smelter, it made me have to delete everything I built up, everything that I set up, that took me like 30 minutes, just so I could fit that new obsidian smelter, making this game the true Sisyphus simulator, as I have to rebuild everything again. Once you reach your final money goal, you have beaten the level. At this point, you wasted 1 hour of your life just setting up everything to then have everything ripe like a true Sisyphus simulator. After that, you can spend a rebirth to gain new powerful items that can draw in your next run. And that's the basic loop of the game. And you might be asking yourself, is this all? There are plenty of different levels that brings different challenges. Just look at this one. It's a tight cavern. It's a very tight build space. It's so tight, just like your, yeah? Okay, alright, bye. So, I've been advised by lawyers to not make that joke, just purely due to the fact that your mom is loose like a hoe. So here is a basic run-through of my playthrough of Mini Megafactory. So in this level, you see on the top left, I have pretty much, 2 jails, 1 furnace, and a bunch of conveyor belts. So this is the waterfall level, and what's so special about this waterfall level is that it has ruby ore deposits, and then the ground itself has regular minerals you can just mine itself. I'm just right now I'm using my conveyor belts. Anytime I play this game, I just use my conveyor belt just to like climb my way up and not waste to use ladders. And here I'm just making like a little pathway. So I'm just gonna fast forward this clip right here. So right here, I got my first upgrade. Just fast forward, just place down 2 drills. So I'm deciding right now, should I get the elevator and dropper of the flame drill? I was really leaning for the dropper elevator because the elevator itself it's a crazy item that you can get later on to the game. And right now, I know for a fact that if I just use the elevator, I can make a dropper setup. So right now, I'm just stacking it high, and you can see it's falling off the elevator. And I was like, okay, that's pretty bad angle. Let me just angle this differently and just cut forward to the final setup. Alright, so here's the final setup of it. So what the dropper does is when the ore goes up, it then drops down due to the droplet itself, and it gets a 30% multiplier. It's really good if I have anything that can change the base value of the O, but right now it's just rubies, so I don't think it's doing a lot. So I'm just gonna cut forward to the part where I get Plinko, and anytime I play this game, and what I do, I always end up with Plinko, which is the thing on the left that just popped up. It's called Lucio, and it's nuts. It's literally nuts. I just use it every time. So now knowing I got Lucio, I already had it things to set up to drop. So what you really need to do is have the O's drop into the Plinko machine. So right here I'm just setting it up so the O's drop into it. Right now I have it by a 2x3 configuration. You can get it to have its 3x2, and it becomes like a wide variation, but I only use the high one because within the stats, the higher the Plinko machine is, the more powerful the upgrade is. So I usually just make my thing tall, not wide. So I'm just sitting up right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut forward to the finished business. So here you can see how the machine works. It's mainly just Plinko, as you can tell. It's just watching it go. So it comes from the top and it turns the O's into bars. And when it turns into bars, it just kind of remains down. And every time I always get it. It's such a fun thing to add on, and it just makes the build more interesting compared to just letting it go to your upgraders. So yeah. So you can see it's an immediate cut into the future. So right now I am just watching Plinko, but what's most importantly is I got a flamethrower, and with that flamethrower, what it does, it lights O's on fire, which causes a fire effect, which is not good because the O's can burn and explode, which is not good. But with rubies, it gets a new status effect. Anytime it gets stat effects, it gets a new increased base value. So here, I'm choosing between the boiler or the UFO beacon, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna take the boiler because I know I have a flamethrower. The UFO beacon, it's nice, it upgrades toughness, but with the boiler itself, what you could do is when you get a flaming O, which I do have flamethrowers, it could be any O, and when that flaming O goes down, it gets I think a 30%, 20% multiplier boost. Yeah. So anytime a flaming O goes beneath the boiler, any O that goes through that boiler that's on will have a 20% multiplier, which is crazy. So this is my final setup for my boilers. I decided to connect. I have 3 drills, so I had 2 rubies that's on the front, and then a ruby drill that's on the left. So what I'm doing here is just making a straight line for the boiler, and then knowing that I have that flame drill, I know I can connect it. So I'm taking that flame drill that I had on the top of the Plinko machine, and I'm putting it on the side. I forgot I also have the caffeinator. The caffeinator, if you can get that upgrade, it's an artifact. It's when you rebuff and all that stuff. If you can get that caffeinator, it's really good. And what that caffeinator does, it makes the next 3 upgrades like 50% more powerful. So it's really nice item to get no matter what. I always like it, and including the steamer. As you can tell in my inventory, I've used up my steamer, which is on the very top. So yeah, I'm just mostly watching Plinko. But what's most importantly with this next upgrade what I got, all this is like Game Pass items. So the Plinko machine is like 100 Robux, but it equals up to like $1 USD. So I got the water cannon, which is also a Game Pass item, and I know for a fact, okay, if I use the water cannon, I can put out the flames, not the one below, but the one on top, because when it goes down the Plinko machine, I did notice that sometimes explode. We saw it there, it exploded, because just, it has fire, and it chips away toughness. So, I put down the water gun, not on the side, but I put it on the back, yeah, right there. And then my AFK spot's like right there. So I just jump on it, and how the water cannon works is that you sprays water, fix that. Yes, there you go. Use my good old ladder trick. Right. And then, yep, and now I just stand here and water the flamingo. Then after that, I kind of realized, like, wait, I can have 3 more boilers I can use. I don't know why I'm not using the boiler. So I just put the 3 boilers, and then I'm like, okay, I can put the flamethrower instead of on the 1, I can actually put it on a 2. And if I put it on a 2, because I have the water cannon, I can easily just put the water out and it should stop. And I also got what they call it, like the garden. So what that does, it gives Ruby O's toughness, and it recharges like every 7 seconds. But anytime it takes from the plant, and you can see there's a plant missing. You see like it disappears every few seconds, but it does regen, which is nice. So I'm just watering my plants. That's on fire. My O's is on fire, but at the end of the day, it goes to the big, great Plinko machine, so it works out at the end. So eventually, I got bored. It's simply because I just got so tired of holding like AD WASD. Because if you don't move the water gun automatically turns off, as you can tell. So you have to constantly moving it. So I discovered that if you just put a block on left, it can just hold A, and then what will happen is that the thing will turn right, and then it goes back to going A. And I figured out, wait, if I just put a fence here, right, would that just stop it from swinging right? And it did. And now I can just hold A just forever, and it just has it on. And then at that point, I'm like, okay, you know, it's 3 a.m. and I'm doing this at like 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm doing this voiceover at 3 a.m. in the morning as we speak right now. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm just gonna have a macro and just leave my character AFK. So I literally just go up there and then I AFK'd for a few seconds. So here I literally was like, okay, I'm just gonna AFK and go and eat some food. So here's footage of me enabling my keyboard macro, and then me just getting up and getting food, and then here's footage of me coming back and finishing up the game. So yeah, I came back and I mainly just went and grabbed all the upgrades that I really didn't need. I just was powering it because I just really wanted to sleep at that time. It was literally like 3 a.m. in the morning, 4 a.m. ish, and I just like, okay, I'm done. I could try to go sleep for God's sake. So yeah, I wasted about I think 1 hour and 4 minutes on this game and finishing the level. Like to see, I completely lose everything that I built. So that was just 1 hour. Just like that was literally me playing that game for 1 hour, just so I can rebuff and I can unlock new items. And here I think I picked the drill because the drill, getting that O is really hard to get, and having that drill would be really nice just to have. So what are you sitting there for? Go play the game, and if you don't, I'm gonna find the IP address and leak it on the internet. Anyways, make sure you subscribe, and if you don't, I'm going to die. I'm surprised if you make it this far in this video, to be honest. If you do, comment in the section I love bananas, and if I ever get like 1 million subscribers, I will find each of these comments and give you guys like 500 Robux, I guess. That's if this level becomes popular or rich. I don't know how many views this is gonna get. I got a feeling it's gonna get like, this video on its own is 20, 50 views, even though it took me like 2 days to like write to none of this. So I hope you guys stick around, like, share, etc. I don't care. I don't even know I'm gonna post next. Maybe next week. I see you guys around. God, I'm so tired. Mr.Thoughtless signing out.